Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, I'm KingNido and today we're coming from Castelia City where we have two sides who are trying desperately to keep their seasons alive. So with that said, let's send it down to our tail of the tape to have a look as the Castelia pinches 2 places out of the leaders. 8 with a victory here will move themselves up, whereas the Pewter Skulls are in second last place at the moment and they desperately want to move themselves even closer to the leaders 8 because they are not out of contention yet and they need to bring that physicality. So with that said, let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win this matchup. Will it be the bug types? Will it be the rock types? Let's go!
3, 2, 1, go!
And it is going to be Volcarona and Sizzle starting out for the pinches as we get the double hit from Volcarona onto Probopass, who is joined by Rampardos, who has that mold breaker ability, and the Skulls do have the type advantage in this matchup, but the pinchers have full speed control as the drill run from Sizzle. It is a one-hit wonder, that super effective critical hit taking Rampardos out of this matchup. The pinchers did not want to have to contend with that massive offense that Rampardos brings, as that acid is not going to affect Sizzle. It is immune, it does do a little bit of damage there to Volcarona, who as out comes Arcanine, the Terrestrial Drafty. With that Intimidate ability, it is going to lower that physical attacks that of both Volcarona and Sizzle as it takes on that rock typing, shedding that fire typing that it has, and you'd have to think it may have that speed control, but it is just a little bit slower than Volcarona, who should still be able to move first. But Arcanine is actually quicker, so it is able to go for the entrainment thanks to that naive speed boost that it has, but it unfortunately gives that Intimidate ability to Volcarona in doing so, so it is going to lower that physical attack of Arcanine and Probopass here on the field, as Volcarona is going to respond with the Hypnosis as well, but Arcanine is able to get out of the way of that move as Sizzle looks to do its part. It is going to go for the tri-attack, doing very little, not very effective damage to Probopass, who responds with the Earth Power, capitalizing on that part Steel type and getting some good damage, and Arcanine is going to follow it up with the Shockwave. They are focusing in onto Sizzle here, taking some massive damage, but we get the parting shot from Volcarona onto Probopass, lowering that physical attack as well as that special attack, and Volcarona is going to go back to the bench. Keeping in mind, Probopass is very defensive orientated as out comes Cleavor for the pinches. We get the Spirit Shackle from Sizzle on to Arcanine, gets in some good damage there, but it's also going to make it so Arcanine can no longer escape, but it's not looking to run away anywhere as Probopass with the Mega Kick doing very little damage. It should know better because Cleavor is part rock type. Arcanine with the Shadow Sneak still going for Sizzle, but that does not do much damage, allowing Cleavor to go for the Razor Leaf. This will be super effective. Arcanine barely hangs on. It also gets in some good damage onto Probopass. The Vine Whip follow-up also onto Probopass, that part Steel type, and preventing it from being super effective as it responds with the Scary Face, and it does lower that speed a great deal of Sizzle, as Arcanine is going to go with the Flamethrower, going for Cleavor instead, who hangs on, but it is put into knockout range. It responds by setting up the Burning Bulwark. Probopass is going to need to focus in on Sizzle here, otherwise it does risk being burned, and it goes for the Nightshade. And that consistent damage gets the elimination of Sizzle, leveling the playing field as back out comes Volcarona onto the field. Arcanine still with that speed control goes for the Rapid Spin, not very effective onto Cleavor, who's still in this matchup, but it's taken so much damage, as has Arcanine, who gets the speed boost, but that rising voltage from Volcarona is immediately going to put the pinchers back in front because Arcanine has been eliminated from this matchup. Probopass needs to go for something big, but first Cleavor is going to go for the flip turn. Super effective. Probopass is able to hang on, but now Cleavor is going to be the one going back to the bench, and out in its place comes Fortress for the Castelia pinches, as Probopass with the Aurora Beam on to Volcarona, who is part fire type, so it's not very effective even with that critical hit, not doing a great deal of damage. And out comes Tyranitar now for the Pewter Skulls, and with that Sandstorm ability, a Sandstorm will kick up, but it's not going to do damage to Fortress, that part Steel type. And we get the Wave Crash from Volcarona, super effective onto Tyranitar, gets in some great damage, but there is recoil damage for Volcarona, as well as Tyranitar looks to respond with the Cut, getting some great damage there onto Volcarona, and Probopass follows it up with the Rising Voltage of its own. Volcarona is put into knockout range as Fortress with the Nuzzle onto Tyranitar. Does not do much damage, but it's left it with that crucial paralysis, which may make it unable to move. It will definitely slow it down, and there is that Sandstorm doing damage to Volcarona, who's still hanging on. It goes with the Bullet Seed, and Tyranitar knows what it's like to be on the receiving end of a Bullet Seed. This multi-hit move, it connects twice, it connects 3 times. The third one puts it into knockout range, but it will only get 3 of that super effective move. Tyranitar is an easy target though, as Probopass with the Spit Up, it is going to fail. It has not gone for a stockpile, and this allows Fortress to try and capitalize with the Leech Seed. It doesn't go on the offensive, instead it plants those seeds around Tyranitar being seeded, which is going to sap that energy. But first Tyranitar shakes off that paralysis to go for the Sing. It's going to put Fortress to sleep here on the field. And Fortress, who is at full strength as well, and Volcarona is still hanging on from that Sandstorm, but that Leech Seed, no health being restored needed for Fortress, but Tyranitar has been eliminated from this match. It is going to be Garganacl coming out for the Pewter Skulls. Volcarona is still hanging on, goes with the Aqua Step. It takes out Probopass with that super effective move. The Pinchers are taking massive control. There's a speed boost for Volcarona. It doesn't really need it, though, as Fortress is still fast asleep on the field. This could be great for Garganacl. It needs to do something. Anything goes for the guard swap onto Volcarona. It is going to switch all stat changes for those defensive stats, but it doesn't matter because Volcarona is about to be eliminated from this matchup. There's been no stat changes for Garganacl either, but back out comes Cleavor onto the field, who is also an easy target. It is going to be Minior coming out for the Pewter Skulls, and with that shields down ability being deactivated, does go into that Meteor form, sorry, as we get the Pollen Puff here from Cleavor on to Garganacl. Minior needs to go for an elimination. It goes for the Swallow, but it neither has gone for a stockpile, so that will fail. Garganacl needs to go for Cleavor. It goes for the Esper Wing, but it goes for Fortress instead. Not very effective. Gets in some chip damage, as well as a speed boost for Garganacl, as Fortress is still fast asleep here on the field, and Cleavor is such an easy target. It goes for the Smackdown though, and that is super effective, doing massive damage to Minior, bringing it straight down to the ground as well, that part flying type. But the Brave Bird from Garganacl on to Cleavor. Cleavor has been eliminated from this matchup. The Skulls need to work their way back into this. They've got 2 remaining. There's 3 remaining for the Pinchers. And Minior goes for the U-turn. There's no bench to go back to, but that's not very effective either onto Fortress, even with that critical hit. But Fortress is still fast asleep. That could be massive for the Pewter Skulls if they can capitalize right now, as that Sandstorm is going to finally subside, and that Shields Down ability is now activated. So you have to think Minior will be the quickest Pokemon on the field. But it is going to be Heracross coming out for the Castelia Pinchers. Minior immediately going for the Dazzling Gleam, capitalizing on that part fighting type and being super effective on to Heracross. Not very effective on the Sleeping Fortress. Heracross though is going to respond with the Terra Blast on to Minior, who massively tanks that move. It's not very effective, but it is in knockout range. We're going to get the Fling from Garganacl. It is going to fling its Leopard Berry at Heracross. Not very effective either, and Heracross is just going to chow down on that Leopard Berry after catching it. Very impressive there. And Fortress has finally awoken. It is going to go for the Dragon Cheer. This could be a critical play, as Heracross is going to be getting pumped at the moment on the field, and it will need to capitalize because the Pinchers are still in control. Minior, however, it is going to go for the Mist here on the field, shrouding the Skulls in that mist, as Heracross is going to go for the Fissure. But Minior is going to avoid that move. Remember, it was smacked down to the ground. The arm thrust here from Garganacl. This multi-hit move onto Heracross. That part bug typing though will help it resist the damage. It has connected for 3, it's connected for 4 with that not very effective move, but still those connections do start to add up, as Fortress is going to go for the Wood Hammer. It's going to bring the hammer down hard onto Garganacl. Super effective. There is a little bit of recoil damage for Fortress in the process, but Minior is going to go for the Circle Throw. It's going to send Heracross back to the bench with that not very effective move. Still getting some good damage though on the way out onto Heracross, as out in its place it is going to be Iron Moth being dragged out onto the field. Their own Terrestrial Draftee. Garganacl though with the Recycle, it is actually going to pay off as well. It is going to find a Leopard Berry, see if it can capitalize, as Fortress with the Acupressure immediately looking to help out Iron Moth. Now boosting that special attack, that's base 140, and it's just gotten a boost, as Iron Moth is going to take on this bug typing as the Terrestrial Draftee for the Castelia Pinchers. We still have 3 Pokemon remaining for the Pinchers, still have 2 remaining for the Skulls. They're both starting to hold their own, as Minior with that speed control goes for the Tri-Attack onto Iron Moth. Gets in some good damage there as well, but Iron Moth is going to respond with the Mighty Cleave to eliminate Garganacl with that critical hit as well. Minior is all by itself. Fortress could capitalize, goes for the Cotton Spore instead. But Minior is protected by that mist, allowing Minior to try and capitalize. It goes with the Spit Up, but it still has not gone for a stockpile. When will that ever pay off? As we get the bind now from Iron Moth, but it's avoided yet again by Minior. Fortress needing to do its part, goes with the minimize. It's going to boost its own evasiveness a great deal here, making it a very hard target for Minior, who goes with its own smackdown, putting Fortress into knockout range. But Iron Moth looking to capitalize, goes with the Leafage, and Minior is eliminated from this match. And with that, the Castelia Pinchers have taken down the Pewter Skulls with a very impressive victory, but even more importantly, with this win, they have moved themselves up into 11th place. They are in the Leaders 8, and next round they are going up against the Sutopolis Aqua, whereas for the Skulls, they stay in 18th place, but next round they have to contend with the Vile Stonebreakers. But until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.